25. The term junk food was originally used in the 60s, but would become widely popular in the following decade, when the song Junk Food Junkie by Larry Gross reached the top of the charts in the mid-1970s. 24. Survey after survey in the past few decades has shown that the excessive consumption of junk food is directly connected with the increase in obesity, heart disease, high blood pressure, and certain cancers. 23. If you're looking for someone or something to blame for the junk food culture that exists today, then blame your television. It's a proven fact that nearly 80% of all food commercials that air on Saturday morning children's shows are for junk food. 22. The American snack Cracker Jack was the first to use toys to target junk food to children. No morals whatsoever. 21. You've probably heard again and again how a can of Coca-Cola has about 8 or 9, or even 10 according to some, teaspoons of sugar. But you've probably never heard that the can's metal is by far the most expensive of all the ingredients, since the famous soda is made mainly with water, additives, refined sugar, and caffeine. 20. Raking in $23 billion annually, and yes, that's billion with a B, the United States candy market is the global leader in junk food sales. Surprisingly, candy sales have continued to increase despite concerns over junk food and obesity. 19. In the late 70s, Daniel White killed San Francisco Mayor George Moscone and Supervisor Harvey Milk. In a controversial verdict that led to the coining of the legal slang Twinkie defense, White was convicted of manslaughter rather than murder because he had allegedly suffered from depression. His change in diet from healthy food to Twinkies and other sugary foods was used by the defense as a symptom of that depression. 18. More than $2 billion in candy is sold for Halloween, more than any other holiday in America. That makes Halloween the unhealthiest and fattest holiday. 17. In case you've always wondered, French fries are the most popular type of junk food in the world. One portion of McDonald's fries has about 600 calories, but instead of staving off your hunger, it will do the exact opposite and leave you wanting more. I'm loving it indeed. 16. It's reported that Dunkin' Donuts sells more or less around 6.4 million donuts a day. In other words, Americans consume more than 2.3 billion donuts a year from Dunkin' Donuts alone. 15. The Tootsie Roll, the first individually wrapped penny candy, was named after its creator's daughter Clara, whose nickname was Tootsie. During World War II, Tootsie Rolls were placed in soldiers' ration kits because they could survive various weather conditions. What are they made from again? 14. Before the term junk food caught on, junk food had become a part of the American diet in the 1920s, but it was through television advertising after World War II that it became more popular and nutritionists finally became more concerned. 13. Did you ever wonder how or when gum became so popular? Back in 1891, William Wrigley Jr. began selling soap in Chicago. To increase his sales, he gave gum away to his customers. When his gum became a hit, he decided to start making and selling it instead. 12. The vast majority of researchers and nutritionists agree that fats from junk food trigger the brain to want more food, which, of course, leads to obesity in the long term. 11. Twinkies are the undisputed champion of all junk food snacks, and it's estimated that Hostess makes over 500 million of them each year. For the record, it has been reported that the agent that gives Twinkies their smooth feel, cellulose gum, is also used in rocket fuel. 10. Despite not being the biggest selling chocolate bar, Snickers is undeniably the most popular in America due to its supposed healthy aspects. 9. A recent scientific study in China showed that breast cancer rates in the country are rising significantly because of an increase in the consumption of Western-style junk food. 8. There is a theory that suggests daily consumption of candy and junk food by children has been linked to violence later in life, though there are many psychologists and scientists who openly disagree with this theory. 7. Many surveys have shown that mothers who eat junk food while pregnant or breastfeeding have children who are prone to obesity throughout life. Their children are also prone to diabetes, high cholesterol, and high blood fats. 6. Alloxan is a byproduct of bleaching white flour, and it's found in many products classified as junk food. What does it do? Well, research shows that it leads to diabetes in healthy animals by destroying their pancreatic beta cells. Imagine what it can do to humans. 5. A children's food campaign survey found that some baby food products may have just as much, if not more, saturated fat and sugar as junk food. 4. For thousands of years, natural licorice was used as medicine to treat ulcers, sore throats, and coughs. The first licorice candy was an attempt to disguise the bitter flavor of the medicine, though now most American licorice lacks these historic therapeutic qualities. 3. Whenever you crave unhealthy food, just keep in mind that the common thickener corn dextrin, which is used in some junk foods, is also the glue used on envelopes and stamps. 2. We all tend to think that a good milkshake is made from milk and cream. While that's totally false, at least when it comes to the delicious Wendy's Frosty, which contains not 1, not 2, but 14 different ingredients, called thickening agents. 1. A recent survey showed that young women who eat junk food consistently are at a higher risk for developing polycystic ovarian syndrome, a condition that usually causes type 2 diabetes and heart disease.
If you like what you just saw, consider pressing that orange subscribe button on the upper right hand corner of your screen. And if you want more awesome lists, check out our 25 most dangerous hikes, treks, and climbs on Earth, and our 25 interesting beer facts that will leave you tipsy.